and welcome to Badass Guitar. My name is Ken, and in 38 years, I've made hardly any progress with a guitar at all. But I've made enough progress that there are a few things that I would like to pass on before I croak, basically. And helping me here today are my two assistants, Jim over here. He's the floor manager. Say hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. And over here is Adrienne, our director.
Well, hello there.
Thanks, Adrienne.
How are you doing, Ken?
Thank you, Adrienne. No. Thank you. I don't know what she does. The cameras don't seem to really move. I don't know. And Jim, what's he managing? I'm listening to everything on my headphones. But anyway, they're here. They're helping me. The studio gave us this palatial studio that I hardly use any of, and back here we have our super expensive backdrop that I just got, and a few cameras so you can see my guitar and me at the same time. So what we're going to talk about today is, excuse me, sorry about that, Jim, can you take that out?
Oh,
the final? Okay,
no problem.
Palm muting uses this part of the hand right here and puts it right on the strings right here, okay? Most of the time you're right here. You're moving your palm around here, and the reason you're doing that is because you're muting the strings. And the reason you're muting the strings is with the electric guitar, they can ring out, and sometimes you don't want them to ring out. Sometimes you want them controlled. Sometimes if you want certain kinds of sounds, like with very heavy guitar, very heavy metal guitar type of sound, or with country guitar, if you want a plunky type of sound, or jazz, all kinds of ways you can use palm muting. But the acoustic guitar doesn't use palm muting so much, so you cannot play electric guitar exactly like an acoustic guitar. Palm muting is an essential tool in electric guitar playing. And so what I'm going to do here is I have a very heavy sound. It's a Bogner Shiva. Bogner Shiva. Bogner Shiva.
Come on, get on with it.
I'll play it open right now, which means I'm not going to use any palm muting. I'll just have my hands open on the strings, and meaning I don't touch them down here, and I'll just play a chord, and I'll let you see how it sounds like on a really, really heavy amp. So overall, it's a fairly messy experience, and you could certainly use that in some kind of recording if you wanted to in a certain area, but you wouldn't have that going all the time because it's so noisy and takes over kind of the whole sound field, and it's a little over the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the palm muting, and we're going to put that right on the strings and use that intermittently like this on different parts of the chords in time with what might be a song, and you'll see how that kind of works, okay? So you see how the palm muting works when you put those hand right on those strings, okay? Now, you can use more or less palm muting. So if you want to use just a little bit of palm muting, you can put it on, just a little bit of the strings. That's just a little bit of palm muting. Little bit, just a little bit. And And then on single notes, if you're playing single notes like runs or scales or licks or whatever you want to call them, it can really help you, because some notes you want to have just a part of the note ring out and stop, and other parts you want to have ring out fully, and you can control all that with palm muting. So that's a bunch of notes where the palm muting is quite heavy. And then I let one ring out on the end, right? So you can... That's a rhythmic section where you can let the last note ring. But you can do that with a chord. And then you can slide it. You could be a metal king. So anyway, you might think, well, that works for metal, but what about a clean sound? Well, let's go over to our clean sound we have today. Our clean sound is going to be a 65 amps, the company 65 amps Marquee. And it's a very clean amp. Get a level here. Level. Okay. Now this doesn't have any echo, doesn't have any reverb, doesn't have any of that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of what you can do on a clean sound, or a relatively clean sound, with palm muting. Because country guys and jazz guys and all those guys use it all the time, blues too. Because, with an electric guitar, since it rings so much, you got to control the strings. Jim? You gotta control the strings, Jim.
You gotta control the strings.
Adrienne, you gotta control the strings. Do I hear you?
Oh, yes, you
do. I hear you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you can get the little pick at the start and then let it ring. There's all kinds of things you can do. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you use palm muting. At least that's how you get started. But the problem is that you're going to have to face is, now that you know how to do it, is will you do it?
Preach it, brother.
Will you do it?
Yes.
Will you?
Yes.
Will they?
Yes, they will.
Jim?
Yes.
Will they?
Yes, they will.
Adrienne?
Yes, they will.
I think they will.
Yes, they will.
You will.
They will.
That's it.